everyone. Today I'm going to be looking at the Pin Inspector Pins tool, and this can give you a lot of really good information about the types of keywords that you should be using and what kind of pins are showing on Pinterest when you look for the keywords that you're targeting, and basically what kind of topics you should be targeting. And when you are using Pinterest to send traffic to your e-commerce business, you need to target interests and topics. And it's a little bit different than targeting keywords because it is involved with that. But on Pinterest, people are on Pinterest looking for things that they're interested in or that they're planning or ideas. So you have to think of it that way. And I do have a Pinterest class. You can sign up for that in the description of the video. I'll put the link there. But let's go over to Pin Inspector and I'm going to show you how I use this to plan content for my websites and for what I'm going to be pinning. And it's just shortcuts the process a lot. We're in Pin Inspector now, and I will put the link to this in the description. I am an affiliate for this because this is such a good program and it saves me so much time. So you can get that if you want. It's a one-time payment. You don't have to do a subscription. There's no reason to do that. This gives you all the information that you're going to need. All right, so when it opens up, it's going to be on this home. You want to go over to the pins section for this. So for this tool, and I have done a couple of other videos about the keywords and the annotations, but we're looking at pins today. So if you go to pins, you can put in a search phrase, and I'm planning on doing some articles about wafer paper, which is a cake decorating medium. So I'm going to put in wafer paper, and you can tell it how many pins to look for. And what this is doing is it's drawing the pins from Pinterest, basically in the incognito view. And this is closely aligned to the incognito signed out view of Pinterest. If you go to your personal Pinterest account, you might see a different order of pins because Pinterest shows you what they think you want to see. So I'm going to put this at 50. I'll leave it at 50. And we're going to search from all pins. And you can look at just videos or just everything. So I want to see everything because for wafer paper, it's kind of a tutorial situation. So let's click search. And what this is going to do is it's going to go over to Pinterest and it's pulling in the top 50 pins from that page for the search for wafer paper. And what you're going to do up here, I'll let this load everything up. Go up here to the top right. And like I said, I don't know where Zoom is putting the window on this video, but at the top right, there's a little checkbox that says wrap text in cells. And that will wrap the text so that you can read it a lot easier than having it on one long line. There's also a little button that says columns. And if you click the columns button, you can choose what it's going to show you. And I look for the title of the pin, the saves. I'll go through here and show you the columns, but you can eliminate things if you're not interested in seeing certain columns on this chart, because there is a lot of information here that you can grab. And you don't necessarily need all of it. It just depends on what you're trying to find out at the specific moment that you're looking at this. Go down here to the bottom, kind of the bottom left, and it says image size. You can scroll this up to make the pins larger so you can actually see the pins. And it also makes it easier to read what's in here. So as we're looking through this, it'll make that easier to read. Now, this is basically when you search wafer paper on Pinterest, because that's the search phrase that I put in, this is the order of the pins that it's showing you. So the first thing is wafer paper do's and don'ts. So what I'm looking at is kind of general, what are people looking for? What is Pinterest showing people when they're searching on Pinterest? And you will notice that some of these don't have the number of saves. Like you would think that the first thing that Pinterest shows people is going to be the highest number of saves. That's not necessarily true. So that's a good thing to look at also. So a lot of people are saving this, they're saving this, and we can sort by number in a minute. Pinterest do's and don'ts. These are kind of basic tips. This is my pin. And one thing you can do real quick is to shrink this down and go over to the website. Here it is, the link. This is the link where the pin goes. And I'm just doing a real quick scan. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. So I'm showing up pretty well. There's another one that's mine. I'm showing up in this search already. That one is mine. So that's good because it means that Pinterest is showing my wafer paper pins to people. And if I do some more, then it's probably going to show those to the same people because that's how Pinterest works. So as you're looking at this, you can see your own pins. You can kind of look at the topics. I was kind of thinking about doing some wafer paper flowers. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how many wafer paper flower tutorials. And I am seeing a lot of them. Go over to saves. I'm going to click on saves to sort numerically. She has a lot of wafer paper tutorials. Not sure about this one. Let me scroll over here to see what the website is. That's a YouTube video. So you just take a look. You can take a look to see how many people are actually saving, like what pins are being saved the most. And like I said, Pinterest does not necessarily show the things that are saved the most at the top of the page. It just is relevance to the thing that you're searching for and however they determine that. So once you have kind of an idea about what kind of pins are being shown already, and also what do they look like? A lot of these don't have text on them. They're just a picture of the product. So I don't necessarily need to make text. And this pen is mine. This one does pretty well. A lot of people use that, so that does have text. Most of these pins don't have text on them though. So if I'm going to do some tutorials about how to make wafer paper flowers or something, I don't need to put text on all of them. That's something to take away from this. I generally put text on my pins because it does get people's attention as far as I'm concerned, but that might not be what Pinterest is showing. And you also want to go over to Pinterest and actually do the search and see, because there might be text on here that's being cut off. It looks like there's some text on this. It looks like there could be text on some of these, but some of them could be videos. So just you have to kind of really do a reality check, go over to Pinterest and look. Something else that you can do here is to do the right click and send it to annotations if you want to do that. But you can just scroll over here if you have this column enabled in the column filter and see the annotations for each pin. So you could just read through here and find the annotations to give yourself some ideas about keywords and things to use in your pin descriptions and titles, and see what Pinterest thinks these pins are about. Because I've come across a lot of times you'll have a beaded bracelet. We were talking about that in one of the other videos. And you'll see that all the annotations are about DIY and how to make a beaded bracelet. So that might not be a keyword that you want to target if you're selling things. If you're making tutorials, that's one thing. But if you see that every single annotation here, and those are the interests that Pinterest has categorized, and you can watch my other videos to see about that if you're not sure what an annotation is. If every single thing is a DIY situation, you don't necessarily want to target that keyword. You might want to do a different keyword to see if you come up with purchase intent type of terms. But there are tons of annotations here that will give me ideas about words to use in my descriptions. And actually in the article and in the video, if I'm going to be doing videos, you can put those in the descriptions of the YouTube video or in the article that you're writing or in your listing descriptions. Put the keywords in there too for Pinterest. That's a tip. And it will help Pinterest kind of categorize things better. Another thing that you can do if you don't have the pin ID box enabled, you can open that up and then you can click on that pin ID and it will take you to Pinterest so that you can see that this is a video. And that makes sense because videos work really well for DIY topics, which this is. So if you enable the pin ID, that's another thing you can do. But if you're just here to look for the annotations, you can kind of get rid of all this stuff. There is a lot of information here though, because sometimes you can see that something has a lot of saves and impressions because it's an older pin, and you can click on this to sort it by date. So some of these are from 2022. I'm a little surprised that that's the earliest one that we're seeing, because a lot of times you'll see pins that are 10 years old. This will help you kind of get an idea about how long a pin has taken to get to that top position. So there's a lot you can do there, but then there's also something else if you want to just look at a specific pin. If we go over to Pinterest, this is one of the pins that I have that's in that list. You can copy the URL and take it into this browse and scrape. And you can put the pin link in here. You can put more than one in. First, I'm going to clear the information down here at the bottom right. I'm going to click clear, and we're going to clear all the data out of this, or else it'll just add it to the bottom. But I'm going to put the pin link here and then click analyze, and that will bring up just that one pin. So if you want to just look at individual pins, you can use this tool. It'll tell you all the information. That's the link to go to it. It has 186 saves. It has 122 repins, 2 reactions, and then these are the annotations that it's put on there. So if I want to do another pin for this same board or another topic that's related, I could probably use these same annotations because I know that Pinterest knows what this pin is about already and it's using those, so I could put those in there. So that's one thing you can do. You can also go over here to category and choose a category. So I actually was looking at this. Let's clear this out. Bottom right, I'm going to click clear. And if you're looking for topics, okay, first of all, you have to find something like a category. If you're selling beaded bracelets, then you would probably use women's fashion, right? So you have to look through all these categories and find something that might be fitting for your product. look in there, and then you can see what is trending in that category. But I was looking at desserts before because I'm thinking, okay, well, I do cake decorating stuff. So let's click dessert, and then we're going to click search. And this is going to show me the top 50 or however many pins you choose. You can do more than that, but it's going to find the top 50 pins for that search in the category dessert. And the first thing that comes up is this thing called slutty brownies. That sounds really good. I'm not even sure what it is. Mouthwatering slutty brownies you must try. Now look, I'm not sure about the use of the word slutty to describe a brownie, but you kind of get the idea that that's going to be a real chocolatey brownie. Okay. And then you see the next thing is cream cheese brownies. And then the next thing is chewy brownies. And then we have cheesecake. Then we have cheesecake. Then we have cheesecake. Cheesecake brownies. There's cheesecake and brownies. If you go through here, you're going to see that there's a lot of cheesecake and there's a lot of brownies. So if I'm a recipe person, I have a food blog, and I see that, I'm probably going to do some pins about cheesecake and or brownies and maybe make them slutty. I don't know. But this is the kind of thing where you can get an idea of what Pinterest is kind of ranking at the top of searches for this category. And it'll just give you a lot of ideas. And again, you can go up here and click this to sort. That's sorting down. Now we're going to sort up. The top save pin is best fudgy chewy brownies. Again, brownies. And then we've got classic cherry. Oh, cherries are good. Mini cheesecake, chocolate, strawberry yogurt. I don't know yogurt. No, not for dessert. Cheesecake, blondies, churros. So you can see that people have saved things in a different order than Pinterest is showing them because they're showing a lot of brownies at the top. But if you sort by saves, and some of these could have been around for years. So if we scroll over here, okay, well, this is 25, this is 23, 24, 26. So it's not necessarily the oldest pins are being shown at the top. And Pinterest is kind of doing that now. They're showing newer pins at the top, but these are being saved a lot. And this will give you a good idea of what to kind of focus your topic slash interest categories on to get your products and your pins seen more. This pin tool in Pin Inspector it gives you a lot of information. And the best part is that you can look at all the annotations for the top pins at once. You just kind of scroll down and find some that'll fit your pins. And if you want to learn more about Pinterest and how to use it for your e-commerce business, because it is a little different than using it for just regular stuff, recipes and brownies, then take my Pinterest class. The link is in the description. You can get Pin Inspector for one price forever, no monthly fee. Gives you so much information and saves you so much time. The link for that is in the description as well. Leave me any questions, and I will be back with another Pin Inspector video pretty soon.